Alright, we came towards the end of the course and now is the time to discuss, well, how can we earn money with the skills that we learned? Is it something that we can monetize or is it just additional knowledge that we gained? Well, let me tell you. You can monetize bug bounty and you can monetize it really well depending on how good you get. But before we talk about where and how to do it, let's figure out what the next steps are before we get to earning money with the skills that we learned. Well, picture it like this. This arrow is your path. At the beginning of this arrow is you, a bug bounty hunter that just finished this course. And at the end is you earning money from bug bounty. The only thing that's in between is practice. There is a lot of practice waiting for you to really master this skill. The only way to get comfortable with bug bounty is to perform all the attacks that we covered numerous times on different applications. You might also discover some new vulnerabilities in the meantime that are also useful to know. You can learn more about bug bounty through various different websites, courses, books, and bug bounty programs. Once you do that, you're ready to hunt down your first bug. Okay, let's say you're ready and you practiced and feel comfortable doing bug hunting. Well, what now? Where can I submit my bugs and earn real money? Okay. Have you noticed how I mentioned something called bug bounty program? Well, there is your answer. There are numerous online platforms that host different bug bounty programs that pay real money. How exactly does it work? Well, it's based on different companies applying on the platform for bug bounty programs regarding their website, their application, or software. On the other side, there are hackers that also applied for that same bug bounty program and their goal is to find a bug on that company's product. First thing they do is accept terms and conditions and rules for that bug bounty program. After that, if they fulfill the requirements, they are allowed to explore for vulnerabilities on that website, for example. If they find the vulnerability, they are then rewarded with a payment which can be different depending on the vulnerability severity. Once the hunter gets paid, the company then patches the vulnerability and it is no longer vulnerable to that attack. It's simple as that. But listen, there are some important stuff here to mention. Remember when I said that hacker accepts terms and conditions and rules before he enters bug bounty program? Well, these terms and conditions are not something you want to skip like you skip them on every other website. Here, they are really important. For example, in the bug bounty program rules, it could say that certain types of attacks are not allowed, or that certain domains are not for targeting. It could, for example, have a rule that DDoS attacks are not allowed, which is a common bug bounty program rule. If you don't bother reading those rules and you do what you're not supposed to do, like running a DDoS attack, for example, well, then you can get in trouble for doing something that you're not allowed to do. Nonetheless, I'm sure all of you will follow the rules and there will be no problems with that. Now that we covered how earning money with bug bounty works, let's mention a few platforms that are hosting bug bounty programs. We have HackerOne, BugCrowd, Integrity, Synack, and there are others, of course. But these are one of the most famous ones. Let's go on one of these to see how the web page looks like. Okay, I've chosen to show you BugCrowd. It's one of the biggest platforms for bug bounty programs, and you can find it at the link of bugcrowd.com, or you can simply just type BugCrowd in your search bar. Once you do that, let's navigate to their webpage and see what they have to offer and how all of this stuff works. So the first page that it opens will be this one where you will have this How It Works button. You can click on that and you can read more about bug bounty programs and all of that. Of course, we are not going to go through all of this. You have an explanation how it all works, but that is something I leave up to you to read. Another useful thing that you have and that you will notice in the upper right corner is this researcher portal and customer portal. What is that? Well, you can create an account for two different situations. Either you're a security researcher or a bug bounty hunter, or you're a customer or a company that wants their product to be tested for bugs. That's how you would register accordingly. As a bug bounty hunter, we would go to researcher, and we can also click right here on researchers to read more about that. If we scroll a little bit down, let's see if there is anything interesting here to say. So we have a few different programs: bug bounty, penetration testing, vulnerability disclosure, attack surface management. You can also learn even more and upgrade your skills with different programs, but that is also something that I will leave up to you. Now, let's get to the important stuff, and that is this programs. If you click on programs, it will open this page with all the different bug bounty programs that this platform offers. And you will notice there are some really big companies out here. We have Cash App, we have Upwork, we have, let's go all the way down, Indeed, Jora, and you get some of the information about certain bug bounty programs right here. For example, how much they pay. It says down here managed by BugCrowd. So let's take a closer look at one of these programs. Let's go with Upwork. Now, Upwork is a big platform. It's a freelance platform. And let's see what do they have to offer us and how exactly does their bug bounty program look like. Remember, there are a few important stuff that we must take a look at before actually applying for any bug bounty program, and that is their terms and conditions and rules. So up here we will get that they're paying up to $5,000 per vulnerability, and it can also go up to $10,000 of maximum reward. Now, you will see later that the actual amount that you get paid is based on the severity of the vulnerability that you found. Let's go all the way down. We have special bonuses and rewards. You would actually want to read through all of this if you were to apply for this program. On the right side, we have how much vulnerabilities are rewarded. So 470. And the average payout was $648. Now, if we go even more down, here is the important stuff. Scope and rewards. Here you will have the description of what exactly are you going to, let's say, perform a penetration test on or try to discover bugs. They will tell you which application it is, which domain it is, what you're allowed to do, and up here we also get how much they're willing to pay per vulnerability. And you will notice these signs right here: green P4, orange P3, red P2, and or is this orange? I'm not really sure. This could be yellow P3, orange P2, and red P1. Now, we'll discuss that in just a second, but let's scroll a little bit more down. And here is also important stuff: out of scope targets. These are the targets that you are not allowed to perform penetration tests on or discover bugs. If you do so, you can get in trouble and you can get removed from the program and not rewarded at all. And that is the easy way out. You can also get sued, but hopefully you will read through all of this information before applying for any bug bounty program. Down here we have ratings and rewards, and we also have requirements. So this is also important to read before applying. They want the user agent to participate in the Upwork bug bounty. Please configure your scanner to include BugCrowd in the user agent string. Failure to do so may result in your IP being temporarily blocked from participation in the program. Access Upwork account You can self-register for an Upwork account and Upwork API using your bugcrownninja.com email address. Testing using any other account is out of scope, so this is also some important stuff. Down here we have target information, access and credentials, exclusions, and to really understand these vulnerabilities, you can scroll all the way down, and down here you will have program rules. This program does not offer financial or point-based reward for P5, informational findings, which is probably information gathering vulnerability or information disclosure. And here you will have the list of different vulnerabilities and also how they are rated by severity. So here you can take a look at what different vulnerabilities belong to P1 technical severity or the highest severity. So we have SQL injection, XXE, remote command execution, command injection, disclosure of secrets, and many more. You can read through all of these different vulnerabilities to understand what level each vulnerability is. Okay, awesome. And that is pretty much all you need to know to start with bug bounty. Nonetheless, we are at the end of the course. There is a lot of practice still awaiting you to really master this field, which I'm sure you will. Everything else is on you. If you have any additional questions, feel free to ask and we will be more than happy to answer. Thank you for watching and happy hacking.